What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of our Mock Draft 4.0 presented by Between the Lines Sports. I'm your host, James Ivy Williams, founder and CEO of Between the Lines Sports. And today we've got a slight little twist in how we are doing things. This mock draft completely has been done by my staff. About 20 interns from around the country and around the world have all put their input and their twist onto our mock draft. I do this every year, but this is the first time we're doing a video for it. So this will be our top 10 video. We're also going to do our top 30 video, which will also be conducted by the guys, as well as the actual mock draft 1 through 60, and then our big board going from 61 through 100. All done completely by my staff. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at BTL Hoops. Visit our website, www.btlhoops.org. Until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Hey guys, welcome to BTL Sports. This is our staff edition mock draft that we have, and we're going to maybe have some surprises for y'all. And I'm here with my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, I'm Garrett Johnson. I'm the Northern California scout for BTL Sports.
Yes, sir. My name is Jamil Mendoza. I am the regional scout of the Southeast region. And right now we are going to do our top 10 in our mock draft. So, number one, Garrett, you can take it.
Yeah, no surprises here. We got Victor Wembanyama at number 1, going to the Detroit Pistons. We're using Tankathon rankings here, not rolling the lottery dice just yet. So we got Wemby going number 1, and I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. He's been consensus number 1 all year. Keeping it short, 7'4", 8-foot wingspan. We get a new clip from him every game that does something that you've never seen a basketball player do before. He had a clip recently where he took a 3 off the dribble, realized he was going to miss, and went and got his own put-back dunk over all the other team trying to rebound the ball. So yeah, he just keeps doing things you've never seen before. It's not been a debate between him and Scoot for a minute now, so we got him number 1.
Yeah, I think that's a majority vote for the first round, first pick. You know, anybody doing their parlay, we already know Victor going number 1. And with the number 2 pick, we have Scoot Henderson going to San Antonio. Generational guard for sure. Able to finish at the rim, able to play make, be possibly a top 10 point guard hopefully in the future. Able to create shots from the mid-range, shoot threes. That's also developing, but he has an all-around game, and he also could improve on the defensive end, but he's physically strong where if he put his mind to it, he could play defense. So Spurs could use a point guard. They have Keldon Johnson. They got a lot of other pieces around them. And Scoot is the second best prospect in the draft other than Victor, so it makes sense.
Yeah, he just does everything that you want out of a point guard. There's questions about his shot, but I think the mid-range more than enough justifies that he's going to be shooting long term. His mid-range always looks so developed already at his age. And, you know, we haven't seen him play for a minute since he got shut down by the G League, but I think he made more than enough of a case to go number 2.
Yep, and the number 3 pick, I have Houston drafting Brandon Miller. You know, with Jalen Green, Segun, Jabari Smith, they'll be adding, you know, the third best prospect in the draft, in my opinion, and also the best wing in the draft as well. He's able to shoot the floor. He's able to create shots for himself. If you in the March Madness, a lot of teams pressure him and double team him, so he did show some playmaking ability to get his teammates involved, and he still have the athletic ability to still finish in the rim. He had 2 clutch plays playing South Carolina where he just attacked the paint, and the center couldn't do anything, and the person guarding him couldn't do anything. So anything you want from him, he's going to do, and he's only going to get better as well. And defensively as well, he's athletic. His footwork could get better on the defensive end, but that's something that definitely is going to get better. So the third best prospect, I got Houston getting Brandon Miller.
Yeah, there was some talk about him and Scoot at number 2, and it seems quieted down after having kind of a quiet tournament, noting that was injured while he was playing that tournament. We're still really confident about him at number 3. We got the large sample size of the entire season where he was a dominant force in college, clearly the best college freshman in this class. So we got him number 3 at Houston. Just take best player available there. At number 4, we got the Charlotte Hornets drafting here, and we got them taking Jarris Walker out of Houston. 6'8", kind of do it all power forward. Really, what gets people most excited about him is the defensive versatility. He's a guy who can switch on to smaller players and can also defend at the rim. Great rim protector, great rim protection instincts, but also a guy who can get out on the perimeter and get some signature steals. Break out in transition, run transition, and offensively, he's a guy who you hope can become a strength creator as he gets into the league, gets more developed in his game. Right now, a little bit of settling for that floater, a little bit of settling for the longer shots when he's a guy who should be dominating with his strength at the college level. So that's kind of the area of growth that we want to see for Jarris. But overall, just a really well-rounded player, a guy who brings a lot to a team like Charlotte that just needs guys who can play. And yeah, I think this is another best player available scenario here for Charlotte.
Yeah, I agree. And, Charlotte lack a lot of defense. They lost Miles Bridges. We don't know where, Gordon Hayward might go, what's going to happen with him. So adding a good help defender, adding somebody to help protect the rim as well, and also catch and shoot, space the floor out for LaMelo. It's just a guaranteed piece that, is going to help the team out. So I agree. Number 5th pick, I have Portland drafting Amen Thompson. And why Amen Thompson? Because Amen is able to finish at the rim. I believe when I looked on, I seen it was 70% at the rim. That's something any team would want. He's also able to play defense, help Damian Lillard out. Anthony Simmons, he's a good scoring guard, but he doesn't help in the perimeter. Even CJ McCollum back then. So you create a new dynamic. You create defense as well. You have Jaren Grant. So you have somebody who could guard the perimeter. You have somebody guard some wings as well. And that's just a piece that could help him win. And I think at this point, you just grab the best talent to help Damian Lillard. And Amen Thompson is that player.
Yeah, we were not doing trades for this mock, and we've heard that Portland might be trading this pick at some point. But if you look at Portland's history of drafting guys, Amen Thompson fits right in with the profile of what that organization likes. Amazing athlete, good decision maker off the bounce, a guy who you'd love to see this game slow down for a little bit. But with every step of progress that a guy with his athletic tool set makes, you're seeing massive jumps in his game. So he has so many ways for his game to go, so many ways for his game to contribute more and more to a winning Portland side. So we've got him here at number 5.
Yeah, add another playmaker, add another scorer, add another defender. Who wouldn't want that,
Yeah. Number 6, this might surprise some people. We got Grady Dick out of Kansas going to the Orlando Magic. I think this one's a perfect fit for Orlando specifically. They've got a lot of guys who'll take shots, but not a lot of guys who make them efficiently from the 3-point line. And I think Grady is one of the best 3-point shooters, if not the best 3-point shooter in this draft. Shot over 40% from 3 for Kansas, can shoot off the dribble, can shoot off catch and shoot. Not a guy who demands the ball on ball, but can create on ball a little bit for himself as well. 6'8" size is ideal to play on the wing. And I think we talked a little bit earlier in the year about his defense being concerned, but I really thought that was majorly overblown. If you put him on an island, he can get beat by some of the better NBA athletes. But in general, he holds his own, and off ball, he's really smart, makes a lot of great off ball plays, whether it be help side blocks, getting steals within the defense. So very excited to see Grady Dick in a great environment here. You look at Caleb Houston, who Orlando took last year. I think Grady fits right into that role, but is a better shooter, and it just fits a need for Orlando really well.
Yeah, I agree. Adding somebody who can space the floor, also be able to guard 1 through 3, good cutter. He knows how to play his role. He could be a star in his role. And I think any team would want a 6'8" forward who could stretch the floor and play make if he needs to, cut, defend. A solid role player.
Yeah, I think again, with the guy like Grady being number 6, the thought is that every team needs a primary and secondary, but you also need people who star in their roles once you're building a playoff team. So Orlando's got these pieces that are primary scorers already, but they need guys who can play their role and excel at them. And I think Grady excels in that off-ball shooting role, with the hope that he can have some on-ball equity as he's developed in the league. So At number 7, we've got Cason Wallace out of Kentucky going to the Washington Wizards. I think this is a perfect fit. I'm personally a Wizards fan. I can tell you that I've wanted Cason in Washington this entire draft process, so to have him line up here is perfect. We're talking about the best point of attack guard defender in this draft, 6'3" big body guard, but also a defensive genius. Sees plays develop before they've started. And on top of that, I think he's a really great shooter. He had one of the streakiest years for a shooter of any of the college prospects this year, that we're talking about today. But at the same time, I feel like if you look at his shot mechanically, it's pretty perfect to me. I'm a really big fan of it. I think that he's going to be a great shooter long term. Talk about his on-ball creation. That's the big question mark around him right now. How good can he be on ball? It's not that he can't, but how good? How much creation? How much space can he create off the bounce? It looked like he was having some trouble with it a little bit from time to time at Kentucky, so that's his next big step for development.
I agree, but I think shooting wouldn't be an issue with him. Like you said, the way he plays defense, the way he anticipates things, the way he goes under pick and rolls, go over, he picks pockets. Is on the defensive end. If you need somebody who could, help Bradley Beal guard the perimeter, that will be definitely a big help to their team. And they have a lot of other pieces like Kuzma's, Porzingis. So you get a point guard, you get a perimeter defender, and you have somebody who can space the floor. So I think the Wizards really need that pick, so can't wait to see what happens. All right, and for the 8th pick, we have the Indiana Pacers drafting AUSAR THOMPSON. AUSAR THOMPSON is a wing who could help facilitate, and his strong suit is defending wings. He's very physical. He'll full court press you. He's good at anticipating your dribbles, anticipating pass, and he also could help at the rim. So you could play small with him. You could play big with him. He's going to impact you on your defense. And also somebody that Tyler Halliburton can, pass the ball because he can spot up. It is a developing jumper, but I believe playing with Indiana and being in the league, his jumper is only going to get better. But at the end of the day, who wouldn't want a wing that could play defense and catch and shoot and also help you finishing at the rim, playmaking, and defending at the rim as well? He checks off so many boxes, so it would be so hard for a team to pass on him.
Yeah, thing with the star right now, you'd love to see him be someone who makes more of his decisions off the bounce, and just in general gets better off the bounce going downhill. Right now he can sometimes be a little bit stiff with the ball. It's just as smart, just as good of a passer as his brother Amen, but you'd like to see more of it in like NBA like speed, NBA action. I think that the good thing is that Indiana's a great situation for him to learn that without a lot of pressure. You got ball handlers there like Halliburton and Mathurin that are just going to want the ball in their hands and be able to create out the bounce while AUSAR is still getting more comfortable in the NBA speed of things. So I think it's a really good fit for him.
I agree. And with the 9th pick, we have the Utah Jazz getting KEYONTE George. And what they will be gaining by drafting him is, I would say, elite shot creator. He's able to shoot going right, going left, create step backs, and also his growing ability to play, make, and finish at the rim. I think those are things people would want him to improve on. And if you're drafting him, you're gambling on that. But one thing you're going to get is an elite shooter, at least off the bounce, and his catch and shoot would be pretty good as well.
Yeah, I'm a fan. He has some of the best footwork in the draft. A guard that definitely should be taken very high. I think Utah is a good fit for him as well. They need shot creation from the guard position. They've got Jordan Clarkson, but he's going to be expiring the year after this. Might even decline his option. So they're going to have room for shots to be taken in their offense. KEYONTE definitely will be willing to take shots. We know that.
Yeah, he could definitely fill into that Jordan Clarkson role early too. So stay on the team, get used to coaching. He's only going to get better throughout the year. So good pick. And with the 10th, who we got?
Yeah, number 10, we got Dallas taking Cam Whitmore out of Villanova. This is another pick that we've heard in the media is going to be traded. But we take best player available here for Dallas. And Cam Whitmore, electrifying freshman season for Villanova, 6'8", downhill driving forward, really explosive off the bounce. Has shown some shot creation ability that's interesting. There were a lot of questions around him out of high school about whether he could shoot. I feel like he's answered that question pretty strongly this year that he can. And, you know, he's a guy who struggled early on in the year defensively, but seemed to be starting to get it. Started clicking for him a little bit as the year went on. You can't really blame a freshman who was hurt and gets thrown into things for having a little bit of early struggle. So for now, we have Dallas taking him at number 10. I think the biggest question for Cam is, can he see the floor well, scan the floor well while he's on the bounce? A lot of times it looks like he only sees what's in front of him once the ball's in his hands, and that can lead to some kind of one read plays where he doesn't really analyze the defense. So I'd love to see him get more comfortable with the ball in his hands as a decision maker, because his ability to create with the ball is really, for himself, is at a really high level.
I agree. And like you said, his potential and his craftiness with the ball. He's able to hit a couple threes off dribble. He's definitely a great cutter. He's going to dunk on people. He's going to get offensive rebound. His rebounding ability, I think, is very underrated and slept on. I think he rebounds strong. He's not afraid to rebound. So the more his game grows, he's able to grab the ball, push the pace, finish at the rim, create threes. His ceiling's high as long as he works hard and do that. And I believe Dallas wouldn't mind having another person who could put the ball down and just, score a little bit and help him. Definitely help Luka, get more assists by cutting and catching and shooting.
Another thing, he averaged less than an assist per game at Villanova. You see him as exclusively a play finisher right now for them. So if he's trying to expand his role at the NBA level, I think the next step for him is to learn how to move the ball around and find the best cuts for himself, rather than kind of looking for a shot with every touch.
100% agree.
All right, y'all. This has been our staff mock draft. We worked really hard on this. Love to hear y'all in the comments talk about who you would take these spots. So thank you for giving us a listen.
Appreciate it, guys. See y'all on the next video.